Aloha and good day, friends and yogis. My name is Nicole Spirit, and we're here with my two dogs, Puka, Finn, and hope you're having a great moment right now. What a beautiful time to sit down and let's have a nice practice together. So this class is brought to you by Yoga with Nicole Spirit. And it's all about the love today and hearts and feeling this connection from my heart to yours. I'm entitling this class, You Are Greatly Loved. Finn's kissing my hand to reaffirm that right now. So I want you to sit up nice and tall, feel your sitting bones, bring them back and away from you so that you feel like you're rooting and anchoring into the ground. Nice tall spine, and find your breath. Today we're going to start with square breathing, which is a super fun and easy breathing technique. We're going to inhale for the count of 4. We're going to pause for a count of 4. We're going to exhale for a count of 4. And then at the end of breath, pause for a count of 4. No breathing in or out. And then I want you to just continue on with your own pace. So let's do a couple more rounds. Inhaling. Maybe you increase the interval to 5, pause, exhale for 5, and then at the end of breath, nothing happening, another 5 counts. Let's do one more round. You choose how many intervals you'd like to count. Excellent. So that breath is very powerful. It's really nice for calming you down, for finding a cool, tranquil place. So notice if you need this kind of breathing, it's really good for anti-anxiety. And you can increase the intervals. They say a true yogi takes 1 breath per minute after doing some prep. So once you get to a 15 count interval, then you're at a full minute. So I've done it, it's possible, but it definitely takes a little bit of time and preparation. Okay, you're coming here to lie down. Come here, mama, come here. All right, next breath we're gonna do is called Kapalabhati, also called or translates to skull shining. So I'm gonna take my thumb and my index finger together, rest them on my knees, and we're gonna take a big inhale breath together, and then we're gonna pant like a dog, but keep your mouth closed. So it's a quick breath. And if you've never done it before, stick your tongue out of your mouth. Do the dog's pant. Wherever you are, close your mouth. Normalize your breath. And we're going to try that one another time, and we will try with our mouths closed. So let's begin. Inhale to prepare. And then it's a quick chest breath. So the belly pushes in and out. It's a very short breath. 10 more seconds. Good. Normalize your breath, see how you're feeling. That one can really bring a lot of oxygen into our body, so it helps push out toxins. And you might even taste a funny flavor on your tongue, and once you do this breath enough, you might even notice a nice sweet flavor on your tongue. Let's actually try that one more time. I know it's a bit weird. It's called breath of fire in the Kundalini yoga world, but it's this really cool breath that, well, not cool, heating breath that really charges up your body and basically makes you feel really alive. I say it's like putting logs on your fire and getting things going. So let's inhale to prepare. You choose your variation, tongue out or not, and breathe. You might close your eyes, look at your third eye, guide your eyeballs inwards and upwards. Good. That breath is so incredible because, again, it's bringing in all this oxygen and it's really allowing the body to feel what it is like to have this huge amount of extra life force and feel like you've just pumped yourself full of really good mana, prana, chi, life force, and you've just gotten your energies really going. So I want you to take your arms out to the sides now. We're gonna turn the hands at the shoulders and then turn them back up. So you're gonna revolve at the shoulders so that your hands, it's like you're turning a doorknob each side. And if you're feeling vigorous, you can add the breath. You can also keep it really slow, and you can also keep the arms down if that's more comfortable. Let's try for another about 20 seconds. And if it's available, close those eyes, look inwards and upwards at your third eye, your all-knowing intuition, your sixth sense. And then gently release your arms down. Wonderful. The next thing I want to do is give you a hug, but I'm going to give myself a hug and you're going to give yourself a hug. So let's bring our arms back to shoulder height. We're going to take a big inhale breath and then exhale and wrap our arms around our own shoulders. So just sit here for a moment. Notice if your spine starts to slouch a little bit. And I want you to just be in your own special love cave, your own little heart, your own beautiful, amazing creation. It's a sacred space that our heart is, and I want you to be there and know that you are greatly loved by me, by yourself. Check in with when you were a kid, if you ever shut down loving yourself. Let's open the arms wide, big inhale breath, and now the other arm comes on top. Exhale, squeeze, maybe your fingers even give your shoulders just the tiniest little bit of a massage and rub here. And I want you to really focus on being a little kid and feeling like there's no worries in the entire world. And if you've had a challenging childhood, I want you to look around now and I want you to see how safe and loved and protected you are. Good, and then let's release both arms out to the sides. All right, we're gonna take our legs and reach them out long. Give them a little shake here. And when we're in Dandasana, spinal staff pose, it's very important to check in with what your posture is doing. So notice if you're slouching, you might need to take those bum cheeks and bring them back and root down and anchor into the ground and just feel this nice effect of your whole spine being supported with all your roots underneath the soil, underneath the landscape, so that you can sense and feel this amazing protection and love that's coming to you from all of these unseen forces. Family, friends, where you work, your hobbies, if you love animals, the love that comes back. Right? We just hear when we say, I love you. Nice. All right, now we're gonna lie down right on the ground. I don't want you to crash, so lie down. If I say it 6 to 8 times, maybe the doggies will listen. Right, Puka Dog? She's like, no. All right, so you made your way down to the floor. Good, I want you to just settle your body. You can bring your knees up so that you feel the base of your spine, your lower back, just pushing into the ground. Your sacrum or your pelvic floor is just all nice and grounded on the mat. And then if it feels nice, straighten your legs out. Take your right knee now, in and up. Give it a hug or a squeeze. One leg wind release, this is called. And then we're gonna bring our toes up to the sky. So the first thing you wanna do is maybe hug your hands around the back of your thigh. My knee is a little bit bent. Or you can reach up to the calf. You can even reach up to the foot. You might have a strap if that feels comfortable. I just like hanging out with the hands behind that right thigh. Nice stretch there, and then we're gonna release the hands, point through the toes, and start to circle at that right hip socket. So big circles or small. Knee is very bent or not. And I love visualizing my toes are like the most beautiful pencil crayons, and they're drawing these happy circles and bubbles above me. Good, and the other way. Your rest of your body stays rooted and grounded, anchored to the floor, like nothing else is moving. You're just opening your right hip socket. Good. Gently pause. We're going to bend the knee, and we're going to take our left hand and guide it up to that right knee, and then gently come into spinal twist. So right arm is out to the side, and then on an exhale, you can gently draw down that left knee. See how you feel here. If you want a little bit more in your twist, you might look away to your right extended arm, keep your shoulder tucked, and just notice the quality of your spinal twist. Enjoy your breathing. Notice and visualize your spine from the inside out. And then we're going to gently make our way back to upright. So inhale and then exhale, release that right knee. Float your right leg to the floor and just find your hips back in neutral. See how that feels. Let's do the other side. Left knee lifts in and up. You're going to start by just giving yourself a hug or a squeeze. If you've got dog's paws on your hand, then of course you can leave it down. So give yourself that little extra nudge. This is really good for digestion. And then we're going to gently take that left leg up. So again, pointing through the toes, you can find your knee is a little bit bent and you can clasp your hands behind your left thigh or gently holding wherever is comfortable. I'm going to release that right hand now. Imagine this whole body is grounded and glued to the floor. Pointing through the toes, you start to circle around at that left hip socket now. You're going to notice your core engages here. You're breathing. And again, find your favorite color of your marker or paintbrush or pencil crayons, and you're drawing these happy bubbles and circles above you. Let's go the other way. Come back to center. Pause for a moment. Keep your chin tucked down towards your chest. That's really good for your neck. And maybe close your eyes and you breathe and you open up the left side. This is known as the moon side of the body or the yin in Chinese medicine. Last two circles. And then we come back to center, gently pause. We're going to bend the knee and then float your right hand up onto that left knee. You can hang out here if you're willing to go into spinal twist. I usually bring my hips over to the left an inch or two. Big inhale and then exhale, draw that right knee down to the right. And breathe. This should feel comfortable, so find a place where you can relax. You might look over your left extended arm. And you might also be asking your dog not to chew on his paws. Any of you have dogs that chew on their paws? What do you do for it? I've heard apple cider vinegar and water mixture. Sometimes it's considered a nervous thing. One more breath. Enjoy the quality of your spinal twist. Wringing out your spine of any impurities or toxins. And then we come gently back to center. Inhale to come up. Exhale to release both legs down to the floor. And we're going to do one last core exercise because we're here and it feels good. So for this one, I like to really bring my arms right up against the side of the body. Bring your feet and your knees together. And we're going to inhale and lift both legs up and away from the floor. See how that felt? And then the exhale breath, as much as you can, slowly release your legs down. Try not to quite touch the floor, but on the inhale, we charge up. Feel your core, your powerhouse engage. And on the exhale, we slowly release and come back down. So let's do 3 more, as slowly as you can. And if you're feeling vigorous and you want to get that charge for your core today, you might pause your legs and lift up the head, neck, and shoulders and come into what's called stretch pose. And this is a Kundalini move that's super, super challenging. Excuse me. Leave it. Good. And the last one, wherever you are, lower your head to the floor, lift and lower your legs one more time, and then we're going to release the legs all the way to the ground. Wonderful. That should feel really nice. Let's bring ourselves up. You can roll onto your sides. You can do a full sit-up. You can draw your knees into the chest, rock and roll up, and we're going to arrive with our legs so that the one right leg is reaching out long and your left knee is bent. The dog show is almost more entertaining than the yoga. Wherever you are, enjoy your breathing. Enjoy what you're doing. Okay, guys, enough. Now we're gonna do this funky little stretch. I love this one. You're gonna take your right hand and you're gonna bring it onto your left knee. So do the opposite of what I'm doing. Well, do that. Your right hand on your left knee, and then we're gonna raise up that left arm. So inhale, big breath, exhale. We're gonna start to bring our arm over to the right side. So you might go close to your knee, you might go nowhere near your foot, and what you can feel here is a really big bend in that left side body. So we're squeezing and opening into, we're squeezing into the liver, releasing anger, and we're opening into the stomach, bringing in creativity and good recreation. Good. You can pulse a couple times, see how that feels. And then we're gonna reach our arms back up and float them back down. See how you're feeling here? Another sweet little stretch is to take your left hand, bring it onto the floor, and we're gonna raise up onto that left knee. Take your right arm out and over, and get this nice long diagonal stretch. Good. Gently release, sit back down, release your right arm, and then we're gonna switch the legs. So right knee is folded, left leg is extended, and make sure you're rooted and grounded here. Feel comfort, feel like you're in a good position. You're gonna have to take my word for it what I'm doing, because the dogs are blocking the view. You're blocking the show. That's okay, they are the show. So take your left hand, bring it onto your right knee or wherever you can get it. Maybe it's on the thigh, maybe it's on your calf, but you're reaching it across the body. Then we draw that right arm up by the ear and head. Nice tall spine, inhaling, and then exhale. We start to tip over to the toes. Bring that whole right arm over. We're in a lateral bend now. Again, we're opening the liver, allowing for happiness and confidence to come in. And we're squeezing into the stomach and spleen, and we're allowing for a release of worry and nervous energy. One more breath. Find your variation. You can open up to the sky a little bit more. You can reach down towards your toes a little bit more. Next breath, we come up gracefully. We inhale. We exhale, windmill both arms out, down into the sides. And then we're gonna float that left knee in. I like one more, I forgot. So that left leg is still out, leave it out. Then take your right hand and float it to the ground. And we're gonna lift off onto that right knee and extend our left arm long. This nice open gait variation. Good, and then release. Excellent. Now we float the left foot in. We're gonna do one more seated pose. And we're gonna bring our arms up to shoulder level, take the thumb and the index finger together, Gaya Mudra. Make sure you're rooted and grounded on your sitting bones. Keep your elbows in line with your shoulders. We're gonna inhale left, a little smile on the face, exhale right. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Sat means truth, and Nam means name. You can close your eyes and look inwards and upwards at your third eye, and you don't have to say the mantra, but it does feel nice. Sat, Nam. It means that we tune into our highest self, our truest form of love and internal peace and joy. And we wring out any silly or negative thoughts that might be stuck in the organs or in the spine. Last 10 seconds. If it's too much for you, just leave your elbows lower or slower. Good, wherever you are, slowing it down about 3 more times each side. And then we pause, we come back to center. If it's available, hold your arms up, your eyes rolled in and upwards for 1 full breath. Wonderful. Slowly release your arms down to your sides. We're gonna make our way onto the balls of our feet, onto our feet in a malasana pose. So if it's available, you bring your hands down in front of you, and you're gonna be on the feet, on the balls of the feet, and you can just pivot here from side to side and open up at the hips. If it's available, you might try releasing your heels all the way down to the floor. And yet another variation is to bring the hands up together and maybe a little bit of energy pushing the elbows into the knees. Keep your spine nice and tall. By that I mean don't slouch down. See if it's available to lift and feel your whole spinal column lifting to the sky. The base of the spine is rooting and going down to the floor. That's enough, you two. Good. And then we're going to think about standing up. So first of all, you can stay where you are, or you can bring your hands back to the floor, or you can bring your arms up by your sides. And we're going to inhale and charge the ground away, and then we're going to exhale and come back down. So if your hands are down, you're doing a frog squat. Inhale up, exhale down. Much more challenging to have the arms raised. Let's do 5 together. I'm going to pull up my pants, come down, inhale up. Knees are pointing out, 45-degree angle. How many can you do today? I'm on the balls of my feet. Last 3, last 2, and last 1. Wonderful. When you come up to standing, however you get there, come onto the balls of your feet, and we're going to try 5-pointed star, Venus. Reach your arms out a little higher than shoulder level, point your fingers. You're on your balls of your feet. Good. Then we're going to gently release and sink the heels back down. Find your breath. Bring the feet hip width apart, as close as touching, underneath you. And let's bring our hands onto the belly. This is an area in Chinese medicine known as the dantian, in our qigong and tai chi world. And we're just going to focus our breath and bring it down to this lower belly area, almost like we watched a stone that sunk to the bottom of a beautiful pond. And we bring our awareness to our energy center, our elixir field. That's one of the translations of the dantian. This is a perfect class for You Are Loved, as the dogs sometimes aren't this affectionate to each other. No, Puka, you lie down. Come over here, lie down. Lie down. Place, buddy. Let's take 2 more breaths, sinking our awareness into that lower belly. You might watch the air go past your nose, go into your heart, and down to your belly. And then back from the belly, the vitality center, through the heart, through the love center, and then back through the mind at the wisdom center. 1 more breath, inhaling. Wisdom, love, vitality, vitality, love, wisdom. Good. Normalize your breath, release your hands. We're going to step our feet just a little bit wider apart, bend the knees, and we're going to open the door of life. This is a qigong move. We start to swing from side to side, and we're going to let our arms create a little bit of contact with the body so that we pat the front belt channel of the body, and the back arm goes around the back side. Start with your head moving as well, and you're kind of looking over the other direction. The other direction. You're looking over the same direction as your arm is going behind you. Let's find inner smile just for a moment. And by inner smile, that means sometimes we find outer smile. So find a smile on your face. Then we're going to keep our head rooted straight center. And we're going to keep this swinging motion going, bringing your shoulder a little bit more underneath your chin. All the way underneath you. Good. And let's slow it down. A couple more each side, then come back to center. One of my favorite things to do is called climb the tree. So We're gonna stay in tree pose. We're gonna climb the tree, and then we'll try our Qigong tree move. So right leg is your standing leg to start. Left foot, your toes are on the floor, up at your calf, or above the knee. Make sure your foot arrives above the knee, and if not, let it be below on the calf. Hands can float up to the heart. You can hang out here. If you're feeling vigorous and you want to try to climb the tree, we're going to bring our arms up. And this is a variation of a move called picking cherries. So we're just going to reach through the arms, keep both hips grounded and rooted. And if you find this really challenging, leave both feet on the floor. Bring your left toes down to the ground. Puka, puka, don't do that on camera. Last two. See where you're at, finding that smile. Maybe you pick some cherries and you're feeling really fun. Let's release both arms down. Let's release both feet down now. Nope, fin. Place. Place. Now let's do the other side. So left foot is our standing foot. Right foot is our optional foot. So toes can stay on the floor. This is really nice. Or you can bring your foot up to the calf. The foot should fit nicely around there. Avoid pushing into your knee. And if you bring your leg all the way up, I like to push my thigh into my foot and my foot back into my thigh, getting that dynamic effect of both sets of pressure. And then wherever you are, see if you can stay here, or if it's available, we reach the arms up and we go into picking cherries, climbing the tree. So look at something not moving, that's gonna help your balance. And if it's necessary, of course, just leave your right foot, your toes on the floor. This is hard. Good, one more breath. Find your core, find that powerhouse. Good, and then we're gently gonna release both arms down. We're gonna release our right foot, and we're gonna have our feet about hip width apart. Let's go into our Qigong variation of the tree. Shake your tree. So this is where you shake and vibrate and bounce your body. You can even lift and lower through the heels a little bit so you get a bit of extra pressure. And I like to do a variation here where, just like we did our opening the door of life, you can swing your arms. For this variation, we don't let the arms touch the body. Just smile and shake. Then we can do a variation where we come to center and we just do a lateral shake. So go side to side. And you don't have to do this at all. You can just shake your tree. Don't get into all your variations. But if you're feeling it, we can do one more little morning stretch where we shake forwards, a little forward bend, shake back. And it said when we smile and when we shake our tree, it's very difficult to hold any stress. So if you're feeling grumpy or if you're having some challenges, try to smile. Sometimes it's hard, it's like, ah, but it releases endorphins into your face. It's so good for you. Good, and then come back to center and pause. Bring your fingers into the middle of your chest. This is an acupressure point known as CV17, and we're gonna gently press our fingers into the middle of our sternum, the bone that holds our ribs together, or the area of the body. And when we press on this CV17, it's a natural, like a release of joy. It brings our awareness to our heart, and we can activate that feeling of love frequency from the inside out. Let's take one more breath here. Think of something that makes you happy, a puppy, a kitten, an espresso, a beautiful tea, a walk in the park, rain, call it blessing rain, and have fun. Live life. Laugh more. Good, and then we're gonna release our hands. A little interesting pose we're gonna do now is called our dragon pose. This is our Qigong dragon. So we're gonna step our feet about hip width apart. We're gonna start with our right hand on top of a giant chi ball and our lower hand at the bottom. So it's like we're holding this big ball of energy here. And we're gonna step out to the left, take your left arm and fling it out and bring your right arm up and over. It's almost like you're trying to reach behind you. And then we're gently going to bring it back. Spiral back to center. This time your right arm is on top and your left is underneath, and you step back in. Let's try this the other direction. We're going to step out to the right. Take your right arm and bring it out across the horizon and back behind you, and lift your left arm. Now you're mirroring what I'm doing. Then we're gently going to bring it all back. Twist yourself back to center. Release your arms. Bring it back to a big chi ball. Step back in. And let's be here for a moment, finding this beautiful ball of energy. Float your left hand and your right hand together at your core, at your center. And we're going to find this chi ball, pulsing on a ball of chi. So inhale, you can open your hands, and exhale, bring them closer together. Then we're going to bring our arms up overhead. We're going to bend at the elbows, drawing down the sky. We're going to imagine our hands now floating like a net through water as they gently pass the front side of the body. Let's do that 3 more times. Raise your arms up, bend at the elbows, and capture all that magical chi and energy and prana and just float it down through your whole body. This should feel really nice. Allowing our energy to sink and ground. One more time. Where did Finn go? Everyone's curious. Mostly me. All right, and then we're going to gently just feel our energy. Let's finish our class with bamboo in the wind. So we're going to bring our feet as close together as possible. We're going to overlap our hands together over that lower elixir field or energy center, our dantian. And gently smile and sway. And the smile originates in your heart. We sense and feel love and kindness coming from the inside out. When we take a few mindful breaths, we feel our heart center. And in our heart, everything is safe and pure and beautiful and kind. And we know that we are safe and free. And bamboo in the wind is our equivalent to Shavasana. It's like a final meditation. Stop and sit. So being in our heart center, we take a few conscious breaths where we know that we are like a little sweet soul in a little sweet boat on a little sweet pond. And no matter what storm comes, we know that we are safe. Nothing affects us when we're in our heart center and we're sensing and grounding and rooting into the earth and feeling this unconditional love that is available for us at our heart. So whether you get something that's stormy or feels challenging in the heart, we gently just find our conscious breath and bring ourselves back to our safe place. And you don't necessarily have to be on a little pond. You can be on the land, you can be anywhere, but creating this connection with your heart as a sacred space for love and healing. Know that whatever is happening in life, anything that's possibly difficult, you come back to your heart, you find your Buddha nature or your Kuan Yin nature, basically the female Buddha, the emanation of the Great Mother. Many religions and worldviews show that energy of the great nurturing mother. And you allow yourself to be in your heart as though you are being given the most reassuring and beautiful hug from the mother. And I mean mother as earth. So I wish you a wonderful day. Please know that you can take 3 deep breaths and arrive in your sacred heart space anytime you need to. Let's finish off by just circling our belly, clockwise motion, honoring the direction of digestion, and then ever so gently let your arms go with a nice sigh. Thank you so much for joining. I wish you a wonderful day, an amazing sleep tonight. Make sure you do a couple minutes of meditation before you go to sleep to settle down your energies and get ready for that spiritual rest and repose. I love you, and you are greatly loved, dear butterfly. Remember that wherever you are in your stage of metamorphosis. Hands together at the heart. I wish you love and light in me, and it sees the love and light in you. Namaste. Puka, 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 come here. Thanks, guys. Take good care, and we'll see you next time. And if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button and maybe even share it with your friends. And I look forward to creating more magic with you on Yoga with Nicole Spirit. Peace.